Hello, everybody. I am live, and look, I know the storm is coming. For some of you, it might be there right now, but the storm is coming. A lot of people are on edge. People have been buying up. Look, a lot of the grocery stores were happy as I don't know what this week. They're like, yes, a miracle. Yes, yes, yes. Selling out of everything. People are all over TikTok showing their shelves are completely cleared in the grocery store. There are other people who said there is no storm coming. This is all a part of the government to get us to spend up our money at the grocery stores with all this inflation. Oh my God, they're just testing to see how will we react with a storm coming. Oh my God, it's not going to be what they said it's going to be. I don't believe that. It's not, and people are making fun of people in the South, saying Southern people are going fool over this snow. It's just snow. In the North, you're pretty used to snow. It's not the snow that has people worried. It is the ice. Okay, they're saying that there's going to be up to possibly 3 inches, of ice and power going out. Baby, it's freezing cold. Who wants the power to be out? Okay. No, I mean, seriously, no power in this type of weather. Are you serious? It's going to be disastrous if it's true. This is, in the middle of wintertime. And if the power goes out, a lot of people are going to, if they're not prepared, they're going to freeze. Let's just keep it real. Okay, power lines freezing and dropping. We know what happened last time there was a storm. So it is serious. The South is not often as prepared. Excuse me, y'all. The South is not often as prepared as the North. This is facts. Okay, it says it has 14 people in here. I don't see anybody in the chat. Don't be shy. Okay, so there's a couple of stories that I'm going to talk about, but I definitely want to start off talking about the storm that it's supposed to really come today. Well, in certain states, is coming today, tonight. Some people are already experiencing it right now. It's kind of crazy. I heard that people in Texas are getting some crazy weather. So I don't know, baby. So, I mean, that's what they say, that it's going to be very catastrophic and very serious. And look, most people are never prepared. This is something we see every single year when these type of things happen. Some people are prepared. The preppers are already prepared. So look, before I talk about the storm, I want to show you something right now. It's probably too late, but this is still good advice. If you're trying to prepare for a winter snowstorm, or ice storm, or any sort of natural disaster that's coming, and you're like, what can I buy? What can I, because people always say peanut butter and jelly. Yes, stock up on peanut butter and jelly. But also, let's see. Hold on, give me a quick second. Okay, let's see. This is what you can also get. Look, I'm saying something you already seen. People are questioning, why are so many people buying up milk? Well, some people have big homes and they have their garages and freezers and generators. And look, if you love cereal, then you'll have a field day. You will eat well. Put your milk outside if you can. If your neighbors won't take your milk and stuff, it's cold. So if the power goes out, you can still put your water and your milk outside, your milk jugs and stuff, and it's going to remain cold. Buy up a bunch of cereal, name brand or no name brand. Okay, put a little bit of sugar in it. Okay, and look, you'll have your Frosted Flakes, your Fruit Loops, your Honey Nut Cheerios, any kind of cereal that you like. Yeah, so I don't think it's crazy that a bunch of people are buying up milk right now, because they probably have a bunch of cereal that they will be able to eat. They'll be able to eat well and everything. If they don't have any power, stop and look in the picture. Look, you see the apple? Buy up some bags of apples and put the apples outside so it won't rot. It'll still be good. If you have to find a way to so people can't tell what you have outside, be creative. If you feel I need to hide my food or whatever. I don't know where you live and stuff, but if you have a house and you can just put your milk and your apples out in the backyard or something like that, It's cold, so it'll last. Okay. Let me see. Is anybody in this chat? I don't see anything. Okay, so, but let me continue. Okay, so you'll have your milk. Next, eggs. Boil your eggs so you can eat boiled eggs, baby, and put your boiled eggs outside in your backyard or whatever, in your storage container, whatever you're using, and you'll have plenty of boiled eggs to eat on. Also, with your boiled eggs, look, buy up some canned chicken breast from whatever supermarket that you like, and you can make chicken salad with boiled eggs, your onions, your pickles, your relish, and all that stuff, and put it outside. If the power goes out, you have your bread that you stocked up on, you can have chicken salad. Okay, sandwiches. Also, if you buy up a bunch of tuna, you can have your tuna fish with your crackers. Also, you can have tuna fish sandwiches, store it outside if there's no power. Also, sardines, baby. You can never go wrong with sardines. Everybody is going crazy right now over sardines. I've been eating sardines and water or sardines and oil. Stock up on that. And it's delicious. It is delicious. And you will have a bunch of sardines that you can eat. You can also, eat your sardines with crackers or make a sardine sort of salad type of thing. So this is just a little bit that I wanted to share that you can eat when you don't have any power. Besides, the typical peanut butter and jelly, these are also things that you can stock up on that's very, very affordable. Okay, so let's get into the storm. What is going on with this winter storm that's hitting today and tomorrow, and the power and everything going out? Give me a quick little second. Let me see. Let's get into it. What are people talking about?
We've got more than 235 million people and about 40 states, a little more than 40 states from Arizona all the way to Maine that are in the path of this potentially historic winter storm. And the scope of
Okay, I'm pausing it fast a little bit because of copyright issues, but come on, baby, let's see.
This system, when we look at it, it's really going to be immense. Significant snow stretching from the southwest into the northeast and up into New England. We've got crippling ice that's going to be a potential throughout the morning. That's been one of the notable upgrades that we've seen from this winter storm. Several counties and several states in the southeast now under an ice storm warning, which is, in my opinion, one of the worst winter alerts to be issued, and especially in this part of the country, which features a lot of trees, especially right along the Mississippi River Valley and parts of Mississippi. And then you get into the Appalachians in eastern Tennessee and western North Carolina, hit so hard by Hurricane Helene a couple of years, now going to deal with a potential ice storm. But there are so many facets to the storm, and to watch it play out, this is today. This is as we speak, watching some of that cold air already beginning to sink farther to the south. As Melanie's been tracking, we've got single-digit temperatures, sub-zero wind chills through the northern U.S. It's remarkable how cold this air is. The coldest air that we've had, no doubt, of the season. Here's that first batch that moves in. Cities like Kansas City and St. Louis. It's all snow down the I-44 corridor into Oklahoma City. All snow. Dallas will have the first round of sleet and maybe a little bit of freezing rain mix out by about 11 o'clock. We'll have a lull in the precipitation just as things are getting going in the southeast, but then another batch as additional energy moves out of the Pacific with this area of low pressure, this associated trough, and everything in the atmosphere is going to shift east. And as that does so, a surface low will form, and we're going to watch this area of low pressure bring in big snows again to areas just receiving some snow earlier in the day on Saturday for Sunday before this all moves into the northeast. And it's actually the northeast that could have some of the highest snow totals before this event is over. It's also a slightly warmer system that we have to follow. The trends with this coastal low that's going to form in the northeast could very well produce a little bit of sleet for parts of the I-95 corridor. We'll see what ultimately happens, but throughout the week, we've been beefing up our coverage out in the field, of course, here in Studio W2, but from Dallas all the way to Boston, we're going to have our teams that are displaced, Melanie. I think.
Okay, so look, today and tomorrow, and you're welcome, Junebird, yes, I just wanted to show some ways that you can definitely still eat kind of good. Okay, if the power goes out, it's cold. If you can put your food outside and find a creative way to hide that it's food, if you live somewhere where people are nosy and watching and stuff, do that. Okay, plenty of cereal and milk and everything else that I showed. Okay, so let's get more into it. What's going on at the grocery stores and what are people talking about?
So the whole United States is getting snow and ice all across the country at the same time. And nobody find that weird. I find that very, very strange. Um, yeah, I think y'all should search up HARP, HAARP, because if you don't understand what they're doing with this machine, then you won't understand certain things that are going on with the weather. And this is not a conspiracy. They are actually, and have been for a long time, messing with the atmosphere, shooting things into the atmosphere so that it could rain, so that it could snow, all type of weird stuff. But yeah, y'all should check this out. If y'all never researched HARP, HAARP, I think that's the correct acronym. I'm not sure exactly what it stands for. Somebody can comment it down below, but y'all need to check that out because this is all weird. All of this happened at the same time all across America in major countries that also have a machine like HARP. Y'all should.
I don't know. Some people claim that the chemtrails that we see in the sky is the government trying to block out the sun or putting chemicals in the air to do things. I don't know. I mean, how often can we say that we have a storm like this? It's not. Look, I remember the blizzard of 96 or 97, but the South doesn't get hit with a snowstorm and ice storm like this often. I don't know if I would say it's HARP. I mean, I don't know. It's possible. It's possible.
I have a question. Do people think the world is ending with this snow coming? I just left Whole Foods. I had to pick up a few things for dinner. I have never seen the line in Whole Foods so long. It wrapped around 5 times. People were buying cases of water, bags of rice. Guys, it's snow. So what? It's a foot. Even if we get 2 feet, we live in New York City. We're not gonna die. We will survive. I was just standing in line for 35 minutes, by the way, just shaking my head, thinking, do these people think the world is coming to an end?
Okay, guys, so this is Friday evening. It's almost 10:30 at night, guys, and we are actually embracing for what they are now calling a monster winter storm. This winter storm stretches over 2,000 miles, guys. Do you guys realize how long 2,000 miles is? And then they say that the storm system has actually slowed down. And what that means is when a storm system slows down, that means it's going to be taking its time as it travels over 40 states, guys, affecting more than 240 million plus people. This is wild. Some parts of Dallas, Texas. Now, I'm in Houston, Texas. Some parts of Dallas, Texas is right now experiencing power outage, guy. Over 1,500 people has already lost power in Dallas, Texas, and the storm hasn't even started. So what do you guys think is going to happen now? The storm hasn't even took full effect until Saturday going into Sunday, and 1,500 plus people are already without power. Now, I've heard of the forecasters call it a storm, a catastrophic storm, a category 1, 2, or this storm, but I've never in my whole entire 55 years on this earth heard meteorologists address a storm as a monster storm. This right here is a monster, guys. 2,000 miles long. Listen, this is the time, man, that we need to be checking on our loved ones, man. Check on your family, man. Set those differences aside. Skip all that petty stuff that y'all been through. Listen, It's only going to go on for a couple days, but anything could happen to those loved ones in just those 2 or 3 days short span of time where you probably will never see those loved ones again. Check on your loved ones, man, and see what's going on. People are already losing power as I'm doing this TikTok video, man. Stay prayed up and brace yourself for impact because it's coming, man, and there's nothing that's going to stop it. Thank you guys for watching. God bless and be safe. Peace.
People on the streets of New York City are getting ready for this massive winter wallop that is coming our way. Right now, things aren't terrible, but the temperature is expected to plummet in the coming days. At least a dozen states throughout the country are under a state of emergency, and that could increase as we move through this winter event. The snowfall totals range in predictions, but when you hear that we could get up to 18 inches in New York, that is certainly driving people to the grocery stores and filling up their gas tanks to prepare for what could be a very long weekend indoors, hopefully for many. New York Governor Kathy Hochul gave an update today.
Go to the grocery store, stock up food, water, baby food, pet food. Make sure you do not have any reason to go out into the extreme colds as it unfolds over Sunday and Monday. Anything you need to get your prescriptions filled, do it right now. Also, fill up your gas tanks. When the weather drops as low as it's going to go, you do not want to be standing out there pumping your gas. That 5 or 6 minutes outside could literally be dangerous for your health. So stay at home as much as possible.
And some bad news for folks in New Jersey. There is a rock salt shortage that could make driving and sidewalk conditions even more dangerous, because oftentimes when the temperature drops like this, you're talking about black ice and streets that suddenly can turn into ice skating rinks. In the Midwest, Chicago wind chills expected to be 40 below zero. High frostbite risk is at play with as little as just 10 minutes. Chicago public schools have been closed. And as people are being told to stock up, a lot of folks are panic buying. We're seeing empty store shelves like we did back in the COVID days and with other big storms. So a word of advice to get out there and get your supplies now.
Y'all will claim y'all broke, y'all can't do this, y'all can't do that, you need to go fund me, y'all need help, da 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 blah blah blah. But y'all quick to empty out a grocery store. Y'all quick to buy up all the toilet paper. Y'all quick to do anything when there's a natural disaster or a snowstorm. I'm in billing, right? I bill for my company. And the way that people are like, oh, we can't pay for this, we can't pay for that because it's hard times, it's hard this, it's hard that, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. But y'all quick to empty out a grocery store. A bitch can't even get no fucking cat litter because they're out of salt. So I'm like, let me go get the cat litter. Y'all done bought that shit out too. I can't even get no bread because that's bought out. Luckily, we stock up on toilet paper. We stock up on water. But nobody's thinking about the perishables that, like, you know, so we're like, okay, we'll go, we'll get bread, we'll get whatever we need, yada, yada, yada. We can't even do that. I've been to 4 grocery stores in the past 2 days.
See, this is why it's good to have a bread maker. Even though the bread will, look, the bread is not molding in the supermarkets. Real bread will mold, but if you put it outside, the cold, it should maybe last a little bit longer. Maybe.
There is nothing on the shelves. Nothing. And what's crazy is we've been here before, y'all. They've said there was going to be a snowstorm and all we got was icy rain. Y'all so quick to buy out a store but won't pay y'all bills. Please. Y'all are, oh my God, I'm so pissed. So now, I don't even know at this point. It's going to be what it is, you know? Luckily, we have canned goods and stuff because my baby was starved because y'all react so fast. Y'all react so fast. Y'all ain't even see no snow yet. Y'all react so fast. But, you know, y'all be safe out there because...
Look, you got to be prepared. You have to be safe. If that power goes out, people are going to be hungry. You got to get your stuff. You know, I actually tried to prepare at least 2 or 3 days before the panic buying, and stuff was already, you know, selling out the stores. I got a few things, though.
I don't even know.
Look at that.
As you can see, there are none.
to Whole Foods to get some chicken. Look at the shelf. Empty. Empty. That's crazy.
You know, people are like, what are people doing with all this food? Well, some people have generators and deep freezers and, you know, they're stocking up on stuff. And again, a lot of people probably are going to put their food outside if the power goes out because it's cold. Your food will not rot as quickly. So that's probably also what's going on.
That's crazy.
So this woman is like, look at all this milk. Like I said before, if you put it outside and you have boxes and boxes of cereal, then you'll have a lot of cereal to eat.
Do you keep a cup of water in your freezer? Let me show you why we do. We keep a cup of water in our freezer with a coin on top so that we can tell if the coin falls, that means that the water thawed, and then we know if our food is safe to eat or not after losing power. I hope this tip helps. Stay safe.
When the power goes out, I want you to be ready. And here are the exact same things I told my own kids today so they are ready when the storm hits. Follow me. First, fill your bathtubs with water. If the power goes out, water supply can be disrupted and you need water to flush the toilets. Second is often overlooked, but do your laundry. You don't want to be stuck for days with no clean clothes. Third, make sure you have medicine and your prescriptions are filled. You don't want to have to leave the house in case something happens. Fourth, have drinking water ready. You don't want to assume tap water will be safe during an outage. Fifth, buy ice or put them in baggies so you can save them in the freezer. And here's my favorite trick. Fill freezer bags with water and place them in the freezer overnight. If the power goes out, you just move them into the fridge to keep the food cold longer. If you have storm prep hacks, leave a comment below.
Get prepared and be prepared. We need you to get inside. We have our outreach teams out all week getting people into shelter. And let me be clear, we have space for everyone. And this is seriously dangerous conditions for people to be outside. If you still see people outside, call our shelter hotline by calling 311. Check on your neighbors, check on our older family members, and make sure that people in your circles are prepared, because we're going to get a lot of snow and it's going to be very cold next week, which means the snow sticks around. And so we want people to make sure they have food, they have a safe passage in and out. And that goes for everybody. Stay off the roads and only use the roads if you need to.
The first people, the first wave of those who are not going.
Okay, now this woman, you really need to check her out on TikTok. She's a prepper. Now, she's not saying that 1/3 of people are going to pass away because of this storm, but she's telling people to be prepared. She believes that the power grid is going to collapse. She believes that the power grid is going to go out. And we've seen it on TV shows. If the power grid goes out, we are effed. Okay? Y'all see what's going on right now with the storm coming. If the power grid goes out, it's going to be like nothing you've ever seen. And she truly believes this is coming very soon. So she tries to get people prepared. So this is what she's saying. When the shit hits the fan, because they're already saying that a solar flare is coming, that's going to disrupt the electrical power, the power grid very soon, like this month or next month. Okay, we've seen all the movies. So she believes the power grid, who knows? How do we know that the solar flare they just said went off that's coming this month or next month? How do we know that this is not going to take out the power that she's talking about? So she says once this happens, any kind of disaster and you're not being prepared, she says that within 90 days, 1/3 of the population in America, or maybe the world, is going to be gone.
Make a serious shit hits the fan scenario. are stupid ones. They burn fire. They burn wood. They take it as a joke. They're not prepped. The second wave is those who don't care. Just take me. Well, okay, you're going to get your wish. So that's about a third of the population in the United States. A third. Within the first 3 months, maximum. So, nothing you can do about it. Focus on yourself. Focus on your family. Focus on your loved ones. And they've chosen their paths. I come here every day, and I teach and I preach. And if they don't want to listen, well, bye-bye.
I love this woman. You know, people always think prepping is crazy, but being a prepper, you're going to end up with the last laugh when shit hits the fan. Every single year we see the pattern. Every time there's a disaster, whether it's a hurricane, a flood, I mean, you can't prepare for a flash flood. That's different. But we're never prepared. I mean, Hurricane Katrina, baby. I mean, we see this. Our country is not prepared. Our infrastructure is not updated. The average American doesn't even have $500 saved for an emergency. So, you know, prepping is the way. If you can just take $50 every paycheck and stock up on sardines. Sardines are not expensive, at least not at Walmart. Stock up on tuna fish, stock up on rice, stock up on water, medical things, and every month. I mean, that can help you a little bit. But it's true. When shit hits the fan, look, I always say Hurricane Katrina was enough for me to see, especially as a black woman. Hurricane Katrina was the worst disaster I've ever seen in my damn life. The way that black men didn't let black women get on those rescue planes and was raping the babies in the dome, and the doo-doo overflowing everywhere, women on their menstrual cycles, looting for flat screen TVs, and the TVs didn't even work because of the flooding. Baby, that was a glimpse for me. I said, okay, I really see now if shit hit the fan. No. I'm not getting no flat screen TVs or nothing. So you got to be prepared. You got to get your license to carry, especially as a woman, your mace, your medical supplies, baby, and learning how to garden, a water filter from Walmart, the kind that you don't have to do much. You just fill it up and it filters the water, all that stuff. Baby, the preppers know what's coming. They know it's coming, baby. Look, I'm not saying that it's this storm right now, but we've seen it so much every single damn year. The chaos, and nobody's prepared for nothing every single year. And people will want your resources. Okay, the power grid can go out, y'all. Whether it's from it too damn hot, from the climate change is too hot and can burn out the damn power grid. A hacker, baby, you know, the thing was just hacked the other week, the banks and everything. So it can happen. The TV shows are not lying to you. That came out years ago saying what could happen if the power goes out. The power grid going out is very realistic, and it can happen. It can even happen when you don't expect it. Something could go wrong. Climate change, Yellowstone possibly going off, the constant flooding, all types of stuff. Okay, I'm a millennial. I lived through September 11th. No one saw that coming. It's the worst thing that we had ever seen. Okay, you never forget it. And no one was prepared. No one expected it when it happened. And it traumatized us forever, seeing something like that. So, yes, things can happen. Shit hitting the fan can happen. So, I like this lady. Now, some people feel she is fear-mongering, but she's just trying to, warn people, look, you got to stock up on stuff. You can't be playing, okay? Because you don't know what's coming. In her heart, she believes it's coming. You cannot convince her it's not. And she believes it will be soon or in our lifetime, okay? So, and I believe her. I don't have any reason not to believe that the power grid can go out. with the way stuff is going and this weather and the hacking and stuff. So, don't laugh at preppers, baby. Y'all need to get like them and start stocking up. If you got $25 extra, go buy up some bags of sardines and rice and stuff. So, look, y'all. She said if a disaster happens, that like the power grid or something, whatever's coming, because people are having dreams and everything. Yeah, it's true. 1/3 of the population will in fact be gone. I think it'll be gone sooner than 90 days. Baby, all it takes is a good 2 weeks and people are going to go crazy because the food is going to rot. The supermarkets are going to be looted. Okay? There won't be any food. The average American doesn't even know how to grow food on average. People are going to fight for resources. Men are going to become even more aggressive. Women are going to be raped. And you will have babies being pregnant by rapists or getting ST, all types of stuff. They will bust down your house if they even think you have anything in there, any food, medicines, people bartering. Yeah, stock up on liquor, stock up on Hennessy and vodka, because those are things you might want to barter if something happens, okay? Women will be bartering their punani for survival. Women are going to shack up with men they don't even know and tell them. The men will say, you have to give me that punani. You got to exchange your goods. You know what I'm saying? For shelter. And that's what's going to happen. Women are going to have to give up their bodies like in the Great Depression in order to live. And y'all going to end up with babies you don't want by these men. I'm sorry to say it, but we already know how it's going to be. Even if we decide to try to get away from men, you know how men act in disasters? They're going to bust down the door and grape us. Let's be serious. That's why we have to get our GUNs and everything. Okay? So I'm telling you, y'all, it ain't no game. Okay? So before I get more into it, baby, please like, share, and subscribe. Please get those likes up. I'm just going to go over a few more little stories. I actually have to boil some eggs, y'all. I got things to finish doing before this storm truly hit. I have to boil my eggs, okay? So, all right, let's get more into it. Okay, they just released a study or whatever, and I knew I was right, saying that according to the research center, 66% of biracials are younger than the age of 30. Now, here's the thing. Being biracial is not a new event. Damn sure not in America. Our ancestors were biracial. My grandmama was biracial. My grandfather was biracial. But the numbers you see today, what makes it so different today that people are seeing is that a lot of these biracials, like I always said, during the mid 2000s is the surge. When J-Lo and P. Diddy and Alicia Keys came out and black men with the video vixens, you saw a surge. Baby, I observe everything. And I had been saying for years, I had never seen so many as black men. There is no time in America that we have seen so many biracials that have come from black men. Historically, it was black women and white men. We know what happened. And in some states, it was not always a great, but a large percentage, I don't have to say it was that too. Okay, but people have mixed after slavery, which is not talked about. But there has been a huge surge of biracials that have been produced. And the bulk of the fathers are black. The bulk of them. You have a sprinkle that the fathers are not black, but the bulk of them are from black men. And that's different for this country. No time in history have we ever seen so many black men and white women together and making kids publicly. No, this happened from what I'm seeing. The huge surge, I'm not saying it never existed, but the huge surge of it was in the early 2000s. I definitely can tell you that you did not see black men and white women in the South effing with each other like that, making kids. Hell no, not in the South. Now you see it in the South all over the place, and that was unheard of in large numbers. Even during the mid 2000s, that was not. Before the mid 2000s, you didn't see it like that. Hell no, you did not. Now you see that like it's an everyday thing, especially in the South. The South, come on now. The South is one of the most racist parts of America. And yes, the North is racist, the Midwest, but the South, everybody, come on now, Alabama, Mississippi, let's be serious, and Florida and all these other places. But now you see it a lot more. It's more accepted now. It's more promoted now. It's all types of stuff going on that you've never, ever seen. And yeah, it says, look, most of them are under 30, meaning they are more of a new group still, even though it's already happened. But I guess you can just say modern day biracial, modern day accepted, not against the law type of thing. And most of the daddies are black, which was not common at all. Okay, so I just wanted to share, this information with you. I mean, look, I love biracial men. Oh, yes, look at him. Fine as hell. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, I'm not complaining at all seeing these fine ass biracial men. I'm definitely not against dating. I mean, I've already dated them, but you know what I'm saying. Look gorgeous. Like, are you serious? Fine. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. His name is, I just had to give the lady some eye candy. I mean, come on now. Gotta give you a little bit of eye candy. Seriously, he's very popular on TikTok. But, yeah. Dante. Okay, so speaking of love and relationships, we have Al B. Shore. I actually share this in my community, not my community section, my short section. Let's see. Okay, Al B. Shore. First of all, hold on now. Captain something. America, not all black men have big penises. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. One of the smallest ones I've ever seen was a black guy and a different race of man. But y'all not all packing. But I will say a lot of y'all are. It's 50-50. I think that's fair to say. It's 50-50. 50% of y'all are packing. Some of y'all are huge. And the other 50% is sort of average or below average, and some are tragic. But, I mean, sometimes, the biggest ones you see, a lot of them are black. But it's not all black men. I always say the Caribbean black men. Those are the ones that got, them Caribbean black men. And yes, some black men in America. But to say y'all all alike, every woman's version of big is different, but I'll just say it's 50-50. It's 50-50, I'll say, with y'all. 50-50. But then again, what is average for some black men is still considered big for some women, where their men don't have any dick at all, which is tragic. So I don't know, but I'm going to just say it's 50-50. I think that's fair to say. Okay? I think that's fair to say. Okay, and there are men not black who got it going on. They might not all be extremely huge, but not every woman wants an extremely huge. I ain't even going to talk about this on here. It's 50-50. Okay, let me just leave it like that. Okay, so now we have Al B. Shore and Lunel. Okay, and okay, they're together. I shared that on my shorts. A lot of people were surprised because, they didn't think that Al B. Shore would date a woman like Lunel, who, well, you have men discriminated against older women. She's plus size. She's a comedian. She like I said, she has an infectious personality, but she can kind of be a little bit loud. They just didn't picture it. I don't think she's unattractive. She's not unattractive to me. And look, I mean, Al B. Shore is not skinny like he used to be. He's not obese or anything either, but he's older. I don't know. They might be around the same age. And, we've seen him with Kim Porter, Stacey Dash, and, things change. Not every man is against plus size women. A lot of men date plus size women. And I don't know where there are people within society who don't want to believe this, but it's very, very true. Very, very true. I mean, I'm not a skinny woman. I'm not extremely big. I am about 5'9", But I used to be way bigger, and I ain't never had no problem with no man. Fine man, good ass bodies, like an athlete and shit, you know? So, every woman is different. You look good, you can still dress, okay? There are plenty of men and women who are big, and you can tell, okay, she's a big girl, Yeah, they still pull men. Cute face, big old butt, big old thighs, soft, can cook. A lot of men, as quiet as is kept, because you have a lot of women who are skinny. Y'all have no clue how many. When I say skinny, I'm talking like flat stomach, small waist, like a size 4, 2, 4, 6 and stuff. Y'all, you will be shocked that there are a lot of men who like bigger women. Yes, they do. They might not necessarily tell you that, but they do. A number of them, especially in there are a lot of black men, Hispanic men, Arab men, because a lot of the women in these groups are not super skinny all the time on average anyway. So a lot of them like women with some meat on them. Okay? So he's with Lunel, and it says the problem isn't Lunel dating him. It's that society, they are fearful of an unapologetically curvy black woman over 60 still being sexy and desired. Look, I don't understand people's problems seeing older people date each other. Especially, look, I thought Lunel might have been maybe 50. I didn't know she was 60. And 60 is not super old. And Albie Shore is up there too in his 50s or 60s. And they both still kept themselves up. And if they want to date, they want to date. I feel like, look, don't nobody have time. The older you get, I can tell you, the less you give a F about what people think. People always say that. It's like you see people dying and stuff and the way this world is and everything. And you're like, why am I worried about what you think? Why? I'm going to date who I want to date, who I'm attracted to. I'm going to date what I like. Like, I don't care if you got a problem if he ain't black. I don't care. Who are you? Life is short. I don't have time to be living my life for strangers and all these people and stuff. And no. If they want to be happy, they want to be happy. And that's what matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks, really. If they want to date each other, they want to date each other. So, look, they made it public again. Now, some people said they think that this is staged because, look, I ain't never seen Lunel like this now. And look at him. Look at how I sat down and look, don't pull that shirt down. Okay, this is a public video. But he's like, look, yeah, I'm all on Lunel. What y'all gonna do? We're together. So some people said that Lunel is married and that this is made up. They're just friends. But not with the video I saw. And he said that he was in the coma. Lunel was there for him. And they were friends. And now they are together. Okay? So...
It's a nice day, huh, babe?
Peace and blessings. What's good? My boo-boo kitty in the building. You know what? We didn't get a chance to wish everyone a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Blessings. It's going to be a beautiful 2026.
Yeah.
And we got something coming for you, too. You already know what it is.
So, first of all, not that we need to really clear anything up, but... I think that people feel I'm unworthy of your love, darling, because I love you so much, honey.
Unworthy.
I'm going to wipe this lipstick off.
I'm put my tongue all on your face. No, listen, let me tell you something. I have such respect and admiration for this woman. If you only knew the journey. I know I was in a coma and all that. You calling me, talking in my ear while I was, on the other side.
And there's nothing new.
Nothing new at all. I appreciate you. I honor you. I think you bee's knees, a.k.a. my boo-boo kitty in the building.
I always got lipstick on, but
that's okay.
I don't always
see y'all soon. We got some beautiful things coming, and I'm just so proud.
And I'm on my way back to Vegas shortly.
You going to your Vegas show?
No, I'm on vacation.
I was just wishful thinking.
No, but February 1st. I will be back.
February 1st. Be there.
You keep trying to send me back to work. I'm not working yet.
You're not working yet? February 1st?
Yeah, I go back to work February 1st.
I'll be
And then we got that thing to go to in February.
okay. So we'll let them know later.
Okay.
Peace and blessings.
I'm not going to
Nothing but
stay
love
on
for
mine, you guys.
Mount Vernon to LA.
Okay, so look, people coming at me saying Lunel is married. This is fake. Well, look, this is the video that was posted. Her and Al are all on each other and kissing, and they are together. He said, "Look, I'm unworthy of you. You talking about people think you're unworthy of me? No, I'm unworthy of you." Okay, and I feel like let them be happy. Seriously, they're like 60. Let them be happy. Don't nobody got time to be worried about what. I mean, Lunel is not busted, in my opinion. So it's not a big, and even if she was, I mean, a man picks who he wants to pick. Okay. And Lunel is 60. She's not freaking 15 years old or 18 years old. Like, let's be serious. So hopefully it's real and it works out for them. Okay. So now I want to say rest in peace to Dr. Gladys West. She is the reason that we have GPS, baby. And she has passed away at the age of 95. 95 years old. Okay. And you know what's crazy is how you don't see major news outlets talking about her. I'm like, baby, she changed the world. GPS is used globally to help you, find where you have to go. This is major, major, major. So rest in peace to Dr. Gladys West. She did the damn thing. As a matter of fact, let's see what it says real quick. Hold on. It says she was a trailblazing mathematician whose precise calculations helped lay the groundwork for today's GPS. Okay, she's from Virginia, from the Jim Crow era. She was raised during that time. She overcame barriers, and through her academics excellence, she graduated as her high school's valedictorian and earning her math degree that led to a groundbreaking career at the Naval Surface Warfare, excuse me, y'all, warfare, sorry, center. Hold on. Okay, excuse me. As one of the first Black women hired there, she used advanced math and programming to turn satellite data into highly accurate models of the Earth, and her work became essential to the GPS systems used worldwide. Her influence lives on every time we need directions, we fly, or use location services on our phones. A quiet pioneer who changed the world. Rest in power. Yes, I think this should be all over the damn news. I think that it should be taught in schools that she created GPS, helped create GPS. This isn't some little thing. This is big. Major Black American royalty. Okay, so rest in peace to her. Okay, now I have to show you this. Now, you saw what she did. This woman had the audacity to say this. Look at this.
A lot of Black women are lazy.
Wow. Black women lazy? I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
A lot of Black women are lazy. A lot of, and I can't say a percentage number because, I'm no statistic or analytical person, but a lot of Black women want to either be taken care of, want to remain on Section 8 in public assistance, or are comfortable being a CNA with the W-2 position, right? And not all, because there are Black.
Hold on, but I just got to
okay, they're not all. They're not all.
There'll be a lot of Black CNAs that get offended with you saying, with you turning your nose up at CNA. I'm just letting you know.
Because I'm not wiping no shit for $18 an hour. And they're proud of that. Girl, I make $21 an hour. $800 a week? What the fuck you gonna do with $800 a week?
The CNA community is gonna come after you.
Are they? Yeah. I apologize. Because we do need them. I just would never be one. A lot of Black women are lazy.
Wow. Black women lazy?
But a lot of Black women want to either be taken care of, want to remain on Section 8 in public assistance, or are comfortable being a CNA with the W.
It's so much to unpack here. I'm not really sure where to start, but I want to first of all say that this is a prime example of how Black women are oftentimes damned if we do, damned if we don't. From young ages, Black women are the only group of women told we need to work hard. Told that in order to experience softness, we need to be hard first. It's either we're too independent and we don't know how to submit, or we're lazy. Which one do you want? Given her makeup and attire, she's definitely dressed for the occasion. She knows her job. A clown. A while back, I talked about how a male-centered Black woman is one of the biggest threats to Black women, period. That's the type of woman that will fault an 11-year-old girl for getting pregnant by a grown man. That's the type of woman that will tell Black women to behave and they won't get beat on. Black women are the #1 most successful entrepreneurs in America. We are leading in PhDs. We are always at the forefront of every movement that helped contribute to the growth of the Black community. Black women have been everything but lazy. This woman's favorite color is 3.
A lot of Black women are lazy.
Wow. Black women lazy? I don't understand. What do you mean by that?
A lot of Black women are lazy. A lot of, and I can't say a percentage number because, you know, I'm no statistic or analytical person, but a lot of Black women want to either be taken care of, want to remain on Section 8 in public assistance, or are comfortable being a CNA with the W-2 position.
The nerve of this freaking woman. First of all, so what if some of us want to be taken care of? So fucking what? Other races of women get to be taken care of. So what's the problem if some of us want it? We've been working since effing slavery. This whole country was functioning because of Black women scrubbing floors, breastfeeding the white woman's kids, being a nanny, working in the kitchen. Even to this day, yes, it's true that a number of us will work the lower positions as far as salary. But let me tell you something. First of all, CNAs they're not lazy. Do you know how hard that job is? They have to lift patients up as women. And without them, the nursing homes would crumble. Somebody has to do certain jobs for things to function. CNAs should be getting paid more than what they get paid because of what they do. When you get old and end up in a nursing home or go to a hospital, okay, it's true that doctors and some RNs and stuff, they don't want to wipe no butt. But it's a part of the job. You signed up to take care of people. Somebody has to do it. Now, sure, hold on, I got a call. Now, sure, yes, you might not want that type of job. Okay, if you feel, look, I'm not wiping nobody's ass. I'm not doing it. I understand that because I felt that way at one point too. When I was interested in nursing, I didn't want to be a CNA. Number one, it doesn't make as much money, and I don't feel like wiping people's butt. But I didn't look down on them because it is a real job. It is back-breaking work. They often are overworked and they want them to see 20 to 30 people at a certain time, which is ridiculous. They cannot do all of it by themselves. There's nothing lazy about a CNA. There's nothing lazy about them. They work very hard. They just don't get paid what they should get paid, in my opinion, first of all. Number two, look, I feel like multiple things can be true at once. You have Black women with PhDs, and Black women are getting a lot of degrees. You have Black women who have never gotten off Section 8. You have Black women who have pump out kids for welfare. You also have Black women who want the soft life and don't want to work like an effing dog anymore and would like to rest and have a husband who can provide. So damn what? So what? That doesn't make a Black woman lazy. Especially if I'm taking care of the home and I'm raising children. That's not a lazy job. Okay. And let me tell you something I know from somebody who worked in healthcare. She told me that she noticed that all the white women were working the day shift and all the black women were working the night shift and overtime. So she actually asked a white woman nurse, she said, "Why do y'all always work the day shift?" And that white woman told her, "It's because we have husbands and they expect us to be home. And they don't have to work overtime. They have husbands," the white women. That's what and she didn't say it to her in a nasty way. She was letting her know, we have husbands. We don't work night shifts because we have to be home. And they're not doing all that overtime all the time and stuff. They don't have to bust their backs all the time because they actually have men who marry them in large numbers. I'm not saying that white men are perfect, but there's a difference. Yes, the black woman nurses are always working at night, always doing overtime, always got this and that. You're having kids, you're not married, and you're struggling. You got to keep making all the money and all this stuff. So anyway, she's talking crap. Black women, you have some black women who are lazy. And you have a lot who are not lazy. And her saying, want to be taken care of. How dare you? So fucking what? If I want to be taken care of another black woman, why is that a problem? It's not a problem when the Jewish woman does it, or the Arab woman does it, or the Chinese woman. So why all of a sudden, why do y'all expect us to always work to death? We're the only group of women who are expected to work to death and be happy about it. We've been working since slavery. Please, if anything, we deserve to sit our ass down and not have to work like everybody to death all the time. We don't have that luxury like other races of women because our men at large don't want to give it to us. Or you can, some of them will, but they're not the majority. Or you can date another culture. It's not abnormal. And a woman is always doing something. Believe that, even if I'm not working a 9 to 5, if I have to take care of that man, you know what I'm saying? Take care of that house, take care of them kids, breastfeed 24 hours a day, be on top of his appointments and stuff. Girl, please. She thought she ate with this video. Girl, please. Okay, so let's see. And speaking of nursing, I don't have that right now. But yeah, what do you think about what this man said? He says that entrepreneurs should never pay their bills first. Instead, you should save and invest first if they want to get rich. I don't agree with this at all. Pay your damn rent so you are not homeless. Pay your rent and then set aside money for what you need or what you want to invest in. Give up some things you want that's not extremely important. Cancel your unnecessary subscriptions to things. Set aside, if you want to invest $100 a month, do that. But no, I'm not fine. Look, a lot of people agreed with him. I thought he sounded crazy a little bit. No, if you need to pay your rent, pay your damn rent and then take care of everything else because you need to have somewhere to live. But I was shocked how many people agree with him. Okay.
When you make money, I don't care if it's from a 9 to 5, a business, an investment, your parents gave it to you, or you found it. Never, and I mean never, pay your bills first. The richest man in Babylon teaches you a part of all you earn is yours to keep. You always pay yourself first. Paying yourself first could be you make an investment. You actually save the money. You put it under your mattress. Do not pay them fucking bills first. What's wrong with y'all? You're never going to have money if you're always thinking about giving it to somebody else the minute you earn something. And it's crazy. But the more money you have saved and invest, the easier it is to make money. When you're broke, no opportunities come to you to make money.
I understand some of what he's saying, but it depends on the situation. If you live in an apartment and you're not making a lot of money, you need to make sure that your rent is paid so that you have a place to live. This is how I feel. If you want to invest or do something, you need to come up with a plan. You need to write it down. You need to write down how much your rent is, your utilities, find ways to save on your utilities or whatever, but you need to pay your rent first. And whatever is left, you need to figure out how you can use some of that to invest in something. If you need to sacrifice and not buy certain things you used to get or that you wanted and invest it instead and like what he's talking about, then do that. But no, I mean, I didn't know if look, am I crazy saying pay your damn rent first? You have to pay your rent. What he says works if you are in a situation where you're staying with someone or something. But overall, you have to pay your freaking rent first. I've never heard nothing like this. The men who say these things, who he said the richest men in America, a lot of them were never broke to begin with. They weren't all super poor. They were able to do this. Your everyday person living in America, especially in an apartment and stuff, you need to pay your damn rent. Pay your rent and look at the money that's left over after rent and sacrifice or give up something if you want to go hardcore with investing. Cancel your subscriptions that you don't need. If you are using certain subscriptions for stuff and you're like, okay, I'm going to give this up. And what I was paying for this subscription, I'm going to put in my stocks and all this other stuff. I'm going to figure it out. But rent needs to be paid so that my ass has some place to lay my head. So, yeah, there were a lot of black people agreeing with this man, saying that this is in the books, this is what the professionals say. Yeah, but a lot of those professional people that's not black, they were never fucking broke to begin with. Their broke ain't the same as everyday people broke. A lot of them people. A lot of them, their broke is not our broke. A lot of them. I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. Some of them, and yes, but if you live by yourself and if you're not making a bunch of money during your paycheck, what are you going to do? Only a fool would take their paycheck, in my opinion, put it all into something. I mean, look, some things can be like gambling. You can take a risk, but once that fucking eviction notice gets on your door, what you gonna do? Pay your damn rent and then use what's left smartly to invest in what you want and do it slowly. My opinion, y'all can disagree, is different if you have extra money to do it. But the average person living paycheck to paycheck doesn't have time for these games. My rent has to be paid, and then we will see what's left over to invest in and all that other stuff. My opinion. So, okay. Look, Katina says housing, bills, insurance, and food first. Okay. I should have shown some of the comments. You know, they're like, the reason they were saying in the comments, oh, the reason why you can't get nothing is because you keep paying your rent and paying all this other stuff first when you should have invested. I'm like, well, if the rent don't get paid, that eviction notice will be coming if you keep putting it all to something else. You have to pay your rent. Unless you have a situation where you don't have to pay your rent. I don't know. That's what I think. So now, baby, Huey P. Newton, one of the founders of the Black Panther Party, his niece is going off because the new Black Panther Party, that man on the right, they're saying that they're going to protect the migrant immigrants and the Somalians in Minnesota. They're going to fight for them. Mind you, a lot of Somalian people don't even identify as being black. They don't like black Americans, a lot of them. They think they think coarser hair is Jareer. That's their name for it. They mutilate their girls' vaginas with FGM. They said they refuse to assimilate to the American way in Minnesota. And I'm not saying all Somalians are like that, but I would say it's damn near 95% of them from what I'm seeing. And a lot of migrants, I showed you that video of that Venezuelan man calling a black man the N-word who was trying to fight for him. A lot of Hispanics are notoriously racist against Black Americans. I would say at least down near 70% of them. Okay, 30% are okay, and I'm not talking about you, but they even address it on TikTok saying that their community is very anti-Black and they need help and all this other stuff. So now the Black Panther Party, which was a joke anyway because they were abusing the Black women in that organization and recruited some of the most disgusting Black men to be the leaders of it. Forget that freaking man. What's that damn man from Ice and who was that man? I can't remember his name right now, but he was disgusting. He was a rapist. Okay? So basically she says, what the hell you mean you're going to protect the migrants and the Somalians, the Huey P. Newton's niece, okay?
I'm going to try to make this video as calmly as possible. My name is Maisha Newton. My father's name was Walter Newton. He was the brother of Huey Percy Newton, who started the Black Panther Party in Oakland, California. Okay? My handle name is Maisha 415 Newton. If you don't believe me, we just came out with the second book, The Roots of the Revolutionary Suicide. This is the roots of Huey P. Newton, okay? That's my father, okay? These are our grandparents, okay? There go Huey right there, okay? I got birth certificate paperwork and a whole bunch of Newtons who are ready to listen. This goes out to the Black Panther Party, the new United Black Panther Party, whoever's out there protesting with these Somalians. I'm about to get a cease and desist order against you, and I'm about to sue you because you guys are... You are not going to defame my uncle's name like that. We're not doing that. See you in court, bitches. All you space monkey, porch monkey ass motherfuckers sitting there trying to represent the Black Panthers. We are not doing that. Y'all ain't no Black Panthers. What y'all, the cartoon motherfucking character? Y'all don't even know your fucking history. Y'all sitting out there and want to fight for an illegal who's taking away your housing, your benefits, kicking you out of your motherfucking shit, and you want to get up there and act like this is... We ain't doing this. And the cold part about it is that little space monkey up there talking about, oh, you come up over here, we gonna do this. Nigga, you's a mark. You a mark, okay? That's right. Coming straight from a real Newton. You a mark-ass motherfucker. And guess what? Your day of running around here pretending and wanting to be a Panther, a Black Panther, the Black Panther Party is over. Watch this, player, coming for you.
Lord. So look, Lord. So she ain't playing. She said you're not going to disrespect the Black Panthers. Now look, the Black Panthers did some good things, but the way that they was treating them Black women and who they recruited disgusts me. But they are historic for some things that they did, and she is the niece of Huey P. Newton, and she's like, look, I'm coming for you. We ain't about to... This is about Black people and protecting Black people, not fighting for illegal immigrants, the Somalians, and all this other stuff. Like, what you think you doing? You know what? And like I said, I want to live in a world, a country where we all get along and everything is good. But that's just not reality. And it probably might not ever be from what I'm seeing. And look at this. This man is, he's Hispanic. And he said this years ago. He said this in the 1960s or 1954 or something. Okay, let the Negro man, the Black American man, let him fight his own battles. His problems are not they're not my problem. I don't want to ally with him. Let me repeat what Felix Terahana or something, this Hispanic man, the national president of the LULAC, because, you know, the Black Panther Party is like, we're going to fight for these Hispanics. This man was a popular man in politics or some group or whatever. Let the Negro man fight his own battles. His problems are not my problem. I'm not suffering like you. I ain't got nothing to do with you. I don't want to ally with him. That's what he said. Take a look at him, baby. Let's see what this says. Felix Terrahana or something, 1905 through 1965, was a prominent Mexican-American businessman, restaurateur, and civic leader in Houston, Texas. He served as the national president of the League of United Latin American Citizens from 1956 to 1960. During the civil rights era, during the 1954 Brown versus the Board of Education decision, during the civil rights era, this is when he was the leader and all of that, the Mexican American. This quote is most commonly dated 1957 and stems from his response to suggestions within the organization that Mexican Americans should ally and collaborate with the Black African American civil rights groups, such as the NAACP, to oppose the people who want to segregate. He rejected this alliance, saying that African American struggles were separate and not connected to Mexican American issues. Okay. Now the Black Panther Party, the new one, the leader, is saying we're going to risk our lives and fight for them. That's what we're going to do now. The whole Black Panther Party movement came because of people treating Black people like crap and wanting to protect Black people. That's what it was supposed to be about, protecting and uplifting and helping Black people. Because a lot of people, like I said in my last live, who are not Black but people of color, they don't give a F about you, 50% of them. They want to stay quiet while you do all the fighting, and they don't do shit, a number of them, but want to use stuff and then look down on you, some of them. Some of them, enough of them, 50%. Okay. So I'm showing this. He says, let the Negro man fight his own battles. Now that man could easily pass as biracial in my damn opinion. In certain parts of, like, if he was in Maryland or Virginia, he would probably get racially attacked just like any other Black person from this picture that I'm looking at. So, but he was the leader, the Mexican American, and he said, let them fight their own battles. That's not my problem. I don't want to ally with him. And now in 2026, this damn new Black Panther so-called leader is saying we're going to fight for them and the Somalians and stuff. The illegal ones, let me be very clear, illegal, not legal citizens, illegal. That's what he says. So, speaking of what I just said, look at this. Over 600 Black women were sterilized and cut open for no reason. The doctor is South Asian or Persian. Okay? This happened in Virginia. They are suing for $6 billion, as they should. Why isn't this on the national damn news, baby? Okay, take a good look at him. This is the doctor. I had looked up his last name, and his last name is common in India and in Persia. Over 600 Black women at large have sued the hospital because he performed unnecessary hysterectomies. Once you get that done, you can't even have no child. Your whole uterus and everything is gone. So that's him. Take a good look at his ass. POC man. Okay, it says that over 600 women are suing the hospital for $6 billion. He performed unnecessary hysterectomies. They're seeking accountability in a civil lawsuit tied to the disgraced OBGYN Javid Paraways. I don't know how to say his last name. Javid Paraways or something. Alleging years of abuse carried out inside the Virginia hospital that kept its doors open to him despite repeated warnings. Okay, filed December 29th of last year, The Chesapeake City Circuit City Court, the lawsuit says that the Chesapeake Regional Medical Center and several current and former executives knowingly allowed him to perform unnecessary procedures, including hysterectomies, C-sections, and D&Cs for nearly a decade, mainly on Black women. Is this surprising? Some of them want us to not be able to have a uterus. The plaintiffs are collectively seeking $6 billion, with each woman demanding $10 million in damages. According to the complaint, the procedures that he performed are irreversible hysterectomies and other medically unnecessary surgeries. Many of the women say they were never properly informed or did not consent to what was being done to them. They did not even tell him they wanted a hysterectomy. I don't know what he told them to come in for surgery for something like that to happen. Federal investigators determined that he carried out these procedures to increase insurance reimbursements. They estimate that more than $20 million was billed, while patients were left with permanent physical and emotional harm. Many women were subjected to this, did not know the surgeries. They did not know what surgeries they had or why. Now, that's kind of interesting because I thought that, a hysterectomy, that is not some 20-minute procedure. The patients were afraid and he manipulated them. One of the newest plaintiffs, Chantel Boone, says that she learned years later that her uterus was removed. Oh my gosh, she didn't know that she didn't have a uterus. She says, I found out later going to another physician. This is scary. Night sweats, hormonal mood swings, and feeling depressed, and I lost my husband. So the doctor lost his medical license and is serving a 59-year federal prison sentence after being convicted on 52 counts of healthcare fraud. Okay, what about taking out their uterus? The civil case now turns the spotlight on the systems that allowed this to happen for decades. No, I do not have a uterus. And I found all that out, later going to another physician. Oh, you don't have a uterus. Oh, that's what he did. Okay.
What kinds of treatment or medical procedures did you receive from him?
He gave me multiple annual examinations. He gave me a D&C that led me to believe that I needed emergency surgery, which led to a hysterectomy.
So you received an unnecessary hysterectomy from him?
Correct.
What happened after that?
What happened after that, I immediately, early 30s, went into straight menopause. Night sweats, hormonal mood swings, just feeling depressed, and I lost my husband. So when you think about starting over, I don't have that option to do so if I wanted to. I went in for him. I did complain that I had stomach issues that I later found out was just.
Do you see this? Do you see this? This just goes to show you. See, y'all see people be fearing, oh, the white man is after us. Margaret Thanger and them trying to get us. Baby, this is a POC man. An Indian, Iranian, Persian. I think he's Indian, though. He looks Indian to me, but I don't know for sure, but he's from that area. Doing this to the Black American woman to collect money, $20 million with insurance reimbursements, taking out their damn uterus and didn't tell them. Baby, y'all know what I want to say on here, but I can't say it. F the 59. Get somebody kit. I can't say it. I can't say it on here. The penalty has to be given. But before that, something else has to happen to him. Because imagine you don't have kids and you want to have kids. You can't have them now because you don't have a damn uterus. This reminds me of that movie Malice with Nicole Kidman. Baby, they will win this case. Sue them, baby. And they are. $6 billion. They're all seeking $10 million. I want more than $10 million because you ruined my life. You did it's like raping me. You take away my uterus, baby, I want $50 million. I want $100 million for it. Okay? Hold on. So, yeah, the doctor's company, he had complaints or something, but they still let him continue to practice for over a decade. And they said, I mean, at first I'm thinking, look, as when you go to the OBGYN, look, I mean, I'm thinking, ain't nobody going to take out my uterus. And I'm going in for a surgery. I know something, but she said a DNC. So he told them they were going in for something else. This makes me scared. Because every woman has gone to the OBGYN, and sometimes if there's something wrong, we've had things done. And it's like you go to a doctor and they tell you, oh, you don't have a uterus. I will fuck you up. That's all I can say publicly. And I will be soon when something like that happens. This is horrible. Horrible. And he didn't care. He was probably racist and said, F these black American women. I don't care. I'm going to get my money. They ain't nothing. Who gonna care? Who gonna do something? I'm going to get this money. And that's what he did. So, and this should be national news. This should be all over the damn place. This should be all over the damn place. Now, Mr. Universe, you said we need a black doctor. That's true. But I showed 2 years ago, there was a black woman doctor who got caught not cleaning her materials to save money. She kept going up women, scraping them and doing all types of stuff, and wasn't even properly cleaning the damn stuff because she wanted to save on buying up the equipment or something. So you got to look at every damn body. But it is historically more known that, it's a non-black person trying to do this stuff to you. So, oh my God, this is horrible. I hope they win. I'm so happy they're suing the F out of them. Okay, they have him in jail for 59 years for getting $20 million. No, you should be in jail or get the D penalty for taking 600 black women's uteruses out and sterilizing them. That's what you really should be getting the D penalty for. So, my God. My goodness. Okay. Speaking of black women's health.
Hey, Nurse Charles here. 29-year-old black female comes in with flu-like symptoms. Last 2 weeks, swollen lymph nodes, fever, the whole nine, diarrhea.
Black women are starting to lead in how much higher they are than all the other groups of women. And this is why I keep telling you to protect yourself.
One trigger was she had a sore in her mouth. Been married for 3 years, no kids yet, monogamous relationship. We do a rapid HIV, come back positive. Start her on PrEP. Interview the husband. Once again, you gotta know the behaviors that whoever you're sexually active with are participating in. Her partner has a more fluid relationship that she was unaware of since their marriage and might have been positive maybe 3 years without knowing. But her exposure now is that her life is being changed as a result of not being clear and communicating. You guys got to be intentional. And once again, if you're not willing and open in a relationship enough to communicate with one another and know your statuses and know what your preferences are, you should be second guessing engaging with each other.
These hypersexual men, these fresh out of jail men, these men that are in gangs, those are the men that are DL the fucking most. These are the ones that you don't want to sleep with. If he just got out of jail, why are you sleeping with him? If he's in a gang that's based off jail, why are you sleeping with him? You know, niggas in gangs are going to be gay. If he's doing anything that is going to lead him to jail, he's probably practicing for being gay.
Hey, Nurse Charles here. 29-year-old black female.
Baby, when I saw this, okay, so let's go over this. 29-year-old black woman has been married to her husband for 3 years. Comes in the office, diarrhea, swollen lymph nodes, a sore in her mouth. The test comes back positive. She says she didn't know. They interviewed the husband. He tells them he's fluid. He sleeps with men and women. She didn't know that. He didn't tell her that he was bisexual. Now she has the shit. He has it too. He says that he might have been positive 3 years. How is it that he had no symptoms and got married to a woman and then she gets it and gets the symptoms? I ain't buying that. I think the man covering up that he had that shit. Not only that, maybe he didn't. My thing is that, oh, you got to communicate. Like someone said in the chat, men lie. I've asked men, are they bisexual? I asked them. And they either say, why are you asking me that? Or they say, no, I'm not. Oh, I know you lying, half of them. The average black man, and men in general, but especially a black man, the average black man is not going to tell you he is bisexual. It's never going to happen. For most of them. They're going to lie to you. And all I keep thinking is, if you can't even sleep with your own husband, what are you going to do? She didn't do anything wrong. She got married. It's not a crime to sleep unprotected with your husband. That is my husband. There are going to be days when y'all are just going to randomly do it. Let's be real. Or make a baby. Not every married woman, every time her husband wants something, say, oh, baby, go get the condom. Let's keep it real. We know that ain't happening on average with married people. A woman gets married. We believe that we should be able to trust our own damn husband. So if you can't even have regular sex with your own husband, now these fucking men giving their wives this shit, what are you gonna do? Being celibate ain't gonna work forever. You can be celibate for 20 years and still catch that shit. It's just once you start having sex again, it can happen. And most women don't plan on being celibate forever. You're going to get married, some of you. So now, now you have to live with anxiety that, oh my God, I just had sex with my husband last week. Oh God, I hope I don't catch it. You shouldn't have to think like that. But unfortunately, that's the world that we're in now. Now, I did ask a white guy that was interested in me. I asked him if he was bisexual or he ever did anything with a man. This was years ago. And he actually told me up front, well, yeah, when I was younger, I did experiment. I was happy he told me the truth. But I did not talk to him after that because I don't talk to men who deal with men. And I'm not saying they all like that, but that was one who was honest. And the white community, they're more open about it. A lot of them. The black community, baby, you ain't going to see them in your lifetime coming out the closet. They keep talking about, oh, it's black women's fault because y'all don't embrace it. We've seen the gay lifestyle embraced like crazy in black America like we've never seen in our life. And they still ain't coming out the damn closet. A lot of them want to lie to women. They need some place to live and to stay. And they know we don't rock with that as black American women. We don't like that. For our man. We want a heterosexual man. We don't want a man who's been bent over like us, screaming and hollering like us. And not only that, we know with the stats how risky that is. And I feel like this is a damn shame. This girl just been married for 3 damn years. She's in her 20s and has to hear this shit. I can tell you what I would want to do. I can't publicly say it on here. It's just, my God, he was fluid. She said, I didn't know he was fluid. I didn't know he was out there effing men and effing women. And like Osman said, you can ask them. Majority of them are going to tell you that they don't. To your face, they are going to lie to you. Some women, so it's dangerous out here. Even being a married woman. What the hell? Look, y'all, tell me in the chat, what the hell we gonna do? What a married woman gonna do? What you gonna do with this type of shit? Because y'all gonna sleep with your husband without a condom. It's going to happen. Let's keep it all real. What we gonna do?
Hey, Nurse Charles here. 29-year-old black female comes in with flu-like symptoms. Last 2 weeks, swollen lymph nodes, fever, the whole nine, diarrhea.
Black women are starting to lead and how much higher they are than all the other groups of women. And this is why I keep telling you to protect yourself.
One trigger was she had a sore in her mouth. Been married for 3 years, no kids yet, monogamous relationship.
Mr. Universe in the chat, you said y'all got it bad for real now. So you know I love you, but I have to say something. Who are black women getting it from? Black men. Y'all gender, racial, black men. Y'all are the ones killing us more than any race of woman in America in femicide. Y'all are the ones fucking men, lying about it, going up men's booty raw, and coming home to your black girlfriends and wives to suck on it and go up in us raw or try to make a baby and giving black women the shit. See, this stuff don't exist. The number one man that's fucking up the black woman's life is the black man. Who else do black women fuck with at large? Black women ain't fucking with other races of men in large numbers, not like black men doing it. The number one man ruining black women's lives financially, physically, the health, is black men. Now, I'm not saying you personally, but it's y'all. It's all tied together. The black woman's position in society, the black woman's unemployment problem. Black men have not created an environment or businesses to employ black women and men. So black women are at the mercy of non-black people. Even in healthcare, there's not an abundance of black men or women doctors to go to all the time. So your health is literally in the hands of undercover racist people in the medical field. And you can't, what you gonna do? Where you gonna go? You gotta go to the OBGYN. I ain't saying it's you, Mr. Universe, but your men, the black man, American man, not only are we in danger from undercover racist people in positions of power that affect our lives from our health, we also give birth to men who kill us and give us AIDS. Yeah, I said it. So, what can I say? I'm just keeping all the way real, baby. Black men will say this is bad, but it's like, well, who's doing it? And then come up with all these excuses as to, oh, it was whatever. Black men are not honest. They just, I don't know. They refuse to come out the damn closet. And if they do, it's just, I'm not saying that the black community has to embrace it like, ooh, it's so wonderful. But it's time to get real and let people be gay. But even if you do, they're still lying. They're still lying. They're using women. A lot of gay men, they can't stay with a man. They have nowhere to live. They're like, okay, now I'm going to get with a woman. I look pretty good. I got a big dick and all that. I'm going to clean myself up. I'm going to target a woman, especially who I think needs a man. I'm going to get up in that house. When she's gone, I'm going to take the car. I'm going to have my so-called best friend who's a man come over. I'm going to smash him. I'm going to F her. It is what it is. And they don't care. They don't care about killing us with AIDS. They don't care. They never did. They don't even care about the gay men. They be giving them that shit on purpose too. I see it all the time on social media. They are killing you. I hate to have to say this. You have given birth to your biggest op and killer and hater more than any race I've seen of woman. Mr. Universe, I have love for you, but the black man in America, a lot of y'all, and the thing is though, is that a lot refuse to take accountability. They don't even want to admit what I just said, who's doing this to black women. They don't even want to confront it. Or they make up these lies and stuff. You know how many straight black men, women have no clue are gay? You can't even spot it sometimes. It's hard. Sometimes it is. Very masculine, acts like a man, not very feminine. I mean, so I don't know. This is just horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible.
We do a rapid HIV, come back positive. Start her on PrEP. Interview the husband. Once again, you gotta know the behaviors that whoever you're sexually active with are participating in. Her partner has a more fluid relationship that she was unaware of since their marriage, and might have been positive maybe 3 years without knowing. But her exposure now is that her life is being changed as a result of not being clear and communicating.
Well, it was him, her husband, who was not being clear and not communicating. It was him. I can't imagine what that woman is going through at 29 years old, hearing this, your husband now gave you this shit. When we get home, I swear to God, when we get home, I'm going to beat the shit out you. I swear to God, if I was her, I come home. If I was that woman, baby, we ride home, we get in that house, lock the door, because I am going to go off. I swear to God, you will be beaten by me. And I'm not playing about it. You can call the cops, do what you got to do. I'm getting you. That's how I feel. And I mean that shit. I mean that shit. Okay. Now let me show you something. Baby, for people who said you shouldn't spare the rod or something on the child, what do you have to say? What would you do if this was your son? Or your daughter? She's asking for advice from Facebook Marketplace, or not Marketplace, Facebook. She says, what should I do with my child? Look at this.
I'm gonna kill you. You gonna kill your mom? Yes. And you're gonna go to jail for a very long time. Stop. Let my daughter go. Let her go.
No.
Let my daughter go.
No. You guys won't let me go, so no.
Let her go.
No.
Let her go. Let her go. Okay. Let her go.
Devin, stop.
Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Facebook. We've been dealing with this for 8 years. We need some help. Please. Anybody know? Somebody else? Don't fucking bite me.
Okay, he bit her. He bit her. Girl, so this woman said this. Beating him, putting him up for adoption, calling the police, and locating his father is not the answer. This child will hurt or murk somebody eventually. He needs to be placed in a dual diagnosis facility for psychiatric treatment and placed on medication. He seems like a sociopath and will not fit into society without psychiatric treatment and medication. He has a chemical imbalance that no amount of beatings will help. Please commit him or whatever to the right facility for treatment, and maybe one day he can come back home without harming his family. I also would not trust him around animals. This is just my opinion since the grandmother asked for help. Please get him help. If he's not in the right mind, he wouldn't be doing this. It's not always a mental problem. He just needs get a belt and go up that. Get the belt. But he probably, in some cases, he does need his father. You know how many little bad boys change when their father puts bass in their voice and checks them about disrespecting and putting hands on people? But what she said is also a solution too. But I'm not quick to just throw a child in a facility and put them on medication when it's like that's not always what's wrong with them. They have built up anger. They need counseling. Yes, they should have a psychiatric evaluation. But I also want to know where the father is. It's time for the father to step in, okay, because this ain't working. Even if the father take the child, if you have to take him, to get him right, okay, unless the father is mentally unstable and evil or something, then yeah. So that's one thing she says that, is a solution. Okay, so the last thing that I want to show. We know Vanessa Williams, and this is Vanessa. And Vanessa has always had a pretty healthy weight. But so I just saw something disturbing where she admitted that she was on Mounjaro or Ozempic or something. I'm like, why would she be on that? She was never even big. But, well, this was her. She says that she's been on a weight loss drug, Mounjaro, for 2 years to help with her menopause struggles. She says it's a game changer. I want to be here for a long time and I want to look my best. So what am I going to do? Baby Vanessa, I need you to stop. Now, they said this is an older picture and she's back to her normal weight. Do you see how skinny she was? This is horrible. This is horrific. I said, now, come on, Vanessa. Like, you cannot do this to yourself. This is scary. This is crackhead skinny. This is scary as shit. So I don't know what the hell made Vanessa Williams think she needed to get on Ozempic. I know that in Hollywood, they are very, very, well, they're very strict. They do want you to be very little. But this is horrible. Seriously? I'm happy she got off of it. She got off of it, but let this be a warning. Like, don't go crazy with using these type of weight loss drugs, especially when you're already skinny. Okay? So, y'all, I might have to take that clip out with the with that boy going off for an issue. I'm not sure yet, but so y'all might not see this on this video. So, look. Thank goodness she's back to herself, though. Vanessa is back to herself. But be careful using these weight loss medications. They have a lot of side effects and have caused a lot of issues. So, look, everybody. That is it. Again, I'm going to boil my eggs. The storm is coming. I hope y'all are all safe out there. Okay? Be safe. Have your food ready. Storage containers. Look at what I said, though. Look at what I said at the beginning of the video. Some things that you can eat during a natural disaster during the wintertime. So that is it. Please like, share, and subscribe. You all take care. Bye, everybody.